What if the secret to a happier life isn't having more, but actually wanting less? In a world constantly telling us to hustle harder, buy more, and be everywhere all at once, it's easy to feel like we're falling behind. But what if we've been chasing the wrong things all along? What if fulfillment doesn't come from adding to our lives, but from taking things away? Today, we're diving into a powerful philosophy that's over 2,000 years old, but more relevant than ever. Stoicism, an ancient way of thinking that can completely shift how you see your life, teaches us that clarity, peace, and true purpose come not from accumulation, but from elimination. Less noise, less stress, less chaos, and more of what actually matters. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll learn 6 invisible weights you might be carrying right now. 6 habits, beliefs, or relationships that could be quietly holding you back. And once you release them, you might just find yourself lighter, calmer, and more in control than you've ever felt before. Let's start with something that touches us all: relationships. The Stoics believe that the people we surround ourselves with have a deep impact on our inner world. As the philosopher Epictetus once said, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. But think for a moment. Do you have someone in your life who drains your energy every time you talk to them? Maybe they constantly criticize, manipulate, or create unnecessary drama. These relationships, even if subtle, chip away at your peace. They leave you second-guessing yourself, and over time, they make it harder to grow. You don't need to cut everyone off, but you do need to set boundaries. Ask yourself, does this person support my growth, or do they sabotage it? Your time and energy are limited. Don't give them away to people who don't respect your journey. Life is too short to be surrounded by those who don't see your worth. Here's a truth bomb. Needing constant approval from others is like running on a treadmill. You keep moving, but you're going nowhere. Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about staying grounded in what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our values. But how often do we let someone else's opinion define our worth? Maybe you held back an idea in a meeting, or dressed a certain way, or didn't speak your mind, just to avoid being judged. Ask yourself this: how many times have I traded authenticity for approval? And was it worth it? The moment you stop chasing validation is the moment you start living as your true self. People will always have opinions. Let them. You're not here to be liked by everyone. You're here to be real. We live in a culture that celebrates more clothes, more gadgets, more everything. But the Stoics saw through that illusion. They believed in simplicity. Because with every new possession comes a hidden cost: your time, your energy, your attention. Look around you right now. How much of what you own do you actually use? How many things are just sitting there gathering dust? Clutter isn't just physical, it's mental. Every item you own is one more thing to manage, clean, worry about, or protect. Imagine walking into a space that feels light, calm, and open. That's not just an aesthetic, it's a mindset. When you let go of the things you don't need, you create space for what truly matters: creativity, connection, clarity. Decluttering isn't about becoming a minimalist monk, it's about choosing what you really want to keep, in your home and in your heart. So far, we've talked about clearing the clutter, from toxic relationships to material excess, to make room for what truly matters. But even after we simplify our outer world, there's still one more battlefield left to conquer: the mind. Because sometimes the things that weigh us down the most aren't things at all. Imagine this: you're having a good day, then out of nowhere, someone cuts you off in traffic. Your heart races, you grip the steering wheel. Anger flares up like fire. Sound familiar? This is what the Stoics warned us about: the habit of letting external events hijack our internal peace. Here's the truth: no matter how much we plan or prepare, life will always throw curveballs, delays, criticism, a missed opportunity. And while we can't control what happens around us, we can choose how we respond. The Stoics believed that our real strength lies in that moment of choice, that brief pause between what happens and how we react. And in that pause, we can either lose ourselves in emotion or rise with clarity. Next time something unexpected hits, try this. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace? 9 times out of 10, it's not. Respond with calm. Respond with control. That's not weakness, it's power. Now let's look inward, really inward. What's the voice in your head saying right now? For many of us, that voice can be our harshest critic. You're not smart enough. You'll never make it. Why even try? These thoughts, if repeated often enough, become beliefs, and beliefs shape our reality. Negative self-talk is like an invisible cage. It limits your potential before you've even begun. And the worst part? We often don't even realize we're doing it. The Stoics believed in using reason to examine our thoughts. So when you hear that voice telling you, "You're not good enough, try this instead. I'm doing my best, and I will keep improving." This simple shift in language can change the way you approach everything, from work to relationships to personal goals. You're not your worst thoughts. You're the one listening to those thoughts. And that means you have the power to change the script. Finally, let's talk about focus. In today's digital world, distractions are more abundant than ever. Social media, endless notifications, background noise, constant comparison. It's no wonder we struggle to stay present, or even remember what we were working toward in the first place. The Stoics emphasized a life of purpose. They believed in choosing what matters and giving it your full attention. In a world that's always pulling you in 100 directions, that kind of focus is radical. Ask yourself, how much time have I lost to mindless scrolling? How often do I check my phone first thing in the morning, instead of checking in with myself? Distractions may seem harmless in the moment, but over time, they chip away at your clarity, your motivation, and your dreams. You don't have to give up all technology or live in a cave, but you can take back control. Start small. Turn off notifications that don't serve you. Schedule time for deep focus. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. When you remove the noise, your true purpose becomes louder. Eliminating these 6 things from your life, whether it's toxic relationships, emotional reactivity, or the constant pull of distractions, isn't easy. But Stoicism shows us that true freedom doesn't come from gaining more. It comes from letting go of what no longer serves us. So here's your challenge. Start today. Choose one area. Take a step, even a small one. And watch what happens when you create space for peace, for clarity, for growth. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom brought to life in a way that fits today's world. Thanks for watching. And remember, less isn't empty, less is powerful.